So, what do I don't like about moving here? Besides, the pizza sucks. Um, Humidity is pretty bad. I mean, it can kick your butt if you're not ready for it. It is very crowded, but I guess one of the main things would be the infrastructure. These places, the bigger towns and things like that, are not really laid out too well for getting around on a car. But what else? I mean, if you had a motorcycle, you can get around pretty quickly. One of the biggest things here is they use their horns for everything in their cars, and everything has a meaning, but they'll blow their horn for anything, and it's non-stop. I mean, I don't think you can go one block without hearing a car horn 3 or 4 times over. What else? Major dog population. I think one of the things I've seen most, or it's not that I don't like it, but one of the funny things I've seen around here is that I haven't seen in the US in probably decades, is dogs with balls. They don't believe really in neutering the dogs around here, or really is there any type of animal control. But it was funny seeing a lot of dogs with balls. Haven't seen those in a long time back in the States. What else? How about just some other ramblings? It's cheap to live. Very cheap to live. You could probably make it here easy, not in a major city, but probably on one of the province islands and things like that for about 800. I'd say about 800 US dollars a month. You could live pretty comfortably. You can get a nice studio apartment on the cheap. That'll run you anywhere from 100 to maybe 150 a month. Food is, like I've said before, cheap, especially if you can deal with a lot of pork. You can get pork here cheap also, and rice, of course, but that's one of their main staples. But since I was born here and kind of was raised on rice and still eat rice to this day, I don't really mind it. Let me see what else. They are very in-your-face people. Like, here's if you remember that one Seinfeld episode with Judge Reinhold about being a close talker. They are very close in talking, but they're very friendly people. You do have, of course, wherever you go, some of the seedier things going on. But let me see what else is going on here. Let me pause real quick and maybe change the scenery up, or I'll get back with you later. I might write down some things, but let's pause it here and I'll gather some more thoughts. Yeah, one of the other things, traffic control by the police, and actually when it comes to parking garages and pulling into malls and or turnaround spots and buildings and stuff like that, they are whistle happy. Oh my gosh, they like blowing whistles here, a lot of the traffic control police. Like, let's say, if I can zoom in on this guy here. That guy right there with the little fluorescent vest on. Traffic police. He'll blow his whistle. Right now they got the grass roped off, and there's some little kids right over there with their parents playing in the grass. And instead of just walking over to tell them, that they can't be on the grass because it's being treated and stuff like that, he'll just blow his whistle at the top of his lungs, just make everyone turn around and look. So instead of just walking over there and telling them to get off, it's freaking annoying. That's another pet peeve of mine, is it gets pretty loud in the inner cities. But I guess that's mostly any inner city that you go to. Here's something. You see that guy with the white shirt on over there, and the girl all dressed to the nines and everything like that? I'm not sure if they're models or just a couple that's getting like pre-wedding pictures or engagement pictures taken by the photographer. But it's funny that he's just in a t-shirt and pants and sneakers, and she's all in heels and a dress and makeup on and everything else. I just found it humorous. I don't know why he just didn't put a little bit of effort in, at least put a collar shirt on. Anyway, I just thought that was funny. They were just over here a little bit ago, and now they're over there in the empty lot. Let's see if they come back this way. I'll see if I can get more of them. I'm just out here drinking a coffee right now and people watching. Here's another random thought. I think I want to get a drone, but I'm not really sure what to get, where to get it, or how to use one. So I might have to tap into some knowledge here of Roland and see what he might recommend as a very novice beginner, especially in an environment that can be prone to crosswinds, and has, I'm not talking about a great camera, but a kind of a decent camera on it, and I'd like to get some aerial shots. Looking maybe in the price range of, I don't even know what they cost. $500 to $800. That's what I'm looking at. Or maybe I should start cheap and wreck it a few times and then upgrade. Roland, let me know. What's a good one for beginners? There, they came back a little bit. You can kind of see it a little bit better. Anyway, I still think it's funny just to dress up in a t-shirt and stuff like that for photos, and that's how you're going to look for them. Okay, to give you a taste of all the horns and police blowing whistles, which they haven't done here in a little bit. I'm here at what I call the intersection of death. So you see all these damn crosswalks going on. You can cross every which way. See what I mean? This is one thing you gotta listen to 24/7 when you're in this damn city here. And you're living up in maybe these apartments or something like that. You better have some soundproof windows, or you're gonna be up all night listening to this shit. Give it a few more seconds here, see if we can get the people crossing and police blowing their whistles. But I did find out that if you go down that way, there's a no horn area. So I guess these like people in those apartment buildings are rich muckety mucks that have a petition and stuff like that on horn blowing. So we'll give it a few more seconds here, and actually I need to cross because I want to show you something else, so hold on. Alright, here we go across the intersection of death. So you can cross in the center there, you can cross over that way, but I'm going to take you up the road right here and show you something. Shit, I haven't seen that type of car in a long time. It's an old Starlet. So you can see all the lane splitting going on here. It's almost on their rush hour, but really there is no such thing as rush hour because there's always traffic here. It's so congested. But right up here when I get around the corner, I'll show you something. Okay, so where I am, I'm like in the major financial district in the city. and all the telecom groups are here. Google is here, Unisys, all things like that. And a lot of the workers take public transportation in from outside the city. And this is where they get dropped off, and after their shift is done, they come here to get on either the buses or all the jeepneys that you see here, and they have like little food stands and stuff like that they can grab food and eat on the way home. But if you look, this parking lot is just full of nothing but jeepneys and buses and little minivans for people to get all around the city. And what I was telling you about earlier, I can't remember, how do you know what jeepney to get on? Well, they're all basically almost go the same route of north and south down the main C5 corridor. And what you do is you look at the side right here, and you see EDSA, McKinley, Gate 2, and Market. That's where it goes back and forth. It goes just to these places. So right now we're at Market, and it's going to go to EDSA, and with 2 stops in between. And then it'll get back on EDSA and go back to Market. And that's all this one particular jeepney does. So you have to find out what jeepney you need to go depending on where you live. So these people know which ones to get on, and they're all grouped together. They have about maybe 20 or so of these jeepneys at one time that go the same route in about 5-minute intervals. It's a little confusing at first, but you get the hang of it after a couple of tries. I'm going to see if I can show you the inside of one here real quick. And that's basically all it is 2 long benches that can fit about 10 people on each side. And the other thing are these UV Express buses that go from just here to 2 different places outside the city. And these run north and south and southwest, I believe. And this is that lot where they sit, and there's probably about maybe 16 spaces here, and they depart on the hour, about 2 or 3 of them per hour, to go to these destinations back and forth. And so also, everything looks like mass chaos, but it really isn't, and everyone's starting to queue up now. And these lines will wrap around this whole parking lot with people trying to get onto their jeepneys and or buses in order to get home at night. And it'll just wrap all the way around. Right now it's just one turn to get into the queue for the jeepneys, but it can go all the way out by that bus and the tent out there and just curl around like a snake back and forth. You could be here for almost maybe 2 hours waiting in line to get on your ride home. Okay, I'm going to also see if I can find the pickpocket ring around here. It's just a group of 4 individuals. I think I found them. Hold on, let me get down here. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with like what they call it, the Church of the Bells or Church of the 7 Bells or something like that, which is a professional pickpocket ring in Buenos Aires and other South American countries, where they teach kids in classes. They hold classes in church and stuff like that in order to pickpockets of tourists. Yeah, right here. You see these 2 guys? Guy in the red and this guy especially. Watch him. He's going to see. He waits for opportunity to get inside pockets and or purses, get real close, carry them in a conversation, and then tries to get money. See if I can watch him for a few minutes. He mostly picks on women, women that are not in groups and are walking single. The security here is well aware of them, but they really don't do anything because a lot of people here are well aware of them also. You can see the guy in the red shirt now is trying to talk to the woman that's sitting on the bench. I lost the guy. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Now he's talking to someone else. That's another person in the ring.
So he scouts out these women probably about 100 feet, 50 yards before they even get to his area. Kind of interesting to watch him work, because I sit over here sometimes by Seattle's Best out there with a cup of coffee, and I'll just watch him do it. I haven't seen him be successful yet in anything, but no, it's not due from a lack of trying. Here he goes again. Unsuccessful. Now he's scouting around for some more women. You can see all the women that walk by him are like really clutching onto their backpacks and stuff. Yep, even the guy in the red was unsuccessful. Alright, let's move on. Got some more stuff to show you. And that is a guy. Don't let it fool you. That is a guy. Okay, so let's see if this guy is a whistle-happy traffic enforcer. So far I'm disappointed. I was wanting to show you all the chaos and stuff like that, but things have been relatively quiet so far. Oh, still got 20 some seconds, so let me pause it. Alright, it's getting ready to change. Here we go. Huh. Damn, well that sucks. I was hoping for some whistle things. Well, maybe some other time. Let's wait here and see if I can point out any he-she's to you. Okay, so not a he-she, but pretty freaking hot. Well, this, I think so. I can't seem to get a focus. Boy, that was a blessing. I think I found a happy whistleblower. So let's see. Jesus, really? This frickin' sucks. But at least I got the intersection of death and all the horns that are going on there. Give it a few more seconds here and see if they start blowing. They were just doing it like a second ago. They must have saw me coming with the phone. And of course they're all out of sync. They let the traffic go up here and then let people cross here. Okay, so final. Why here? I mean, not here as you can tell, but where I chose to be. Some say it's, oh, you're going through a midlife crisis. Hey, plane's coming in to land. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. You're going through a midlife crisis. And I did that over 10 years ago. And some said, well, you might like it now, but I don't see it lasting. That very well might be true. And if that is, then I move someplace else. But there's nothing left for me to go home to and or stay for. I guess that's kind of a harsh thing, in the States, besides my kids. And my kids are adults now. They're pretty much on their own. They can always hop on a plane and come here and spend vacations with me. Or, I can pay for all or partial of their tickets. The other thing is I don't work in the States anymore. I work overseas, so I don't really need to be, spending money on a house there when I can come and live somewhere else. So that's my main reason. And I'm done with all the bullshit media and social justice crap and all this inclusive global shit that's going on. Frickin', I guess, I don't know what you want to call it, like progressive liberal bullshit that's going on, all the movies and shows and things like that. I'm done with it. Yes, I could stop watching it altogether and stay there, but this is where I'm going. This is where I'll be, and this is what I've chosen for myself, and I think I'll be happy here. If not, then I will say, whoever said those things before, you're right, and I was wrong. I'm not conceited enough not to sit and admit when I'm wrong, and that's it. So I'll talk to you all later.